Ethan hated blind dates. He'd been on 3 this month, each ending with polite smiles and a promise to stay in touch that evaporated before dessert. So when his best friend Mark insisted on one more, Ethan rolled his eyes. "She's different," Mark said. "Trust me." Now sitting at the corner table of a dimly lit cafe, Ethan checked his watch for the 3rd time. 20 minutes late. Figures. He took another sip of his lukewarm coffee, ready to text Mark a few sarcastic words, when he noticed the door open. A woman in her early 30s entered, graceful yet deliberate in her movements. Her wheelchair glided smoothly across the floor as the hostess guided her toward Ethan's table. He froze for a second, not because she was in a wheelchair, but because her presence somehow quieted the entire room. She had sharp eyes, confident, observant, like she'd seen the world and wasn't afraid of it. "Ethan?" she asked, her voice calm, steady. "Yes, that's me," he said, quickly standing and awkwardly trying to move a chair out of the way. She smiled faintly. "I'm Claire." The first few minutes were clumsy. Ethan didn't know whether to comment on her lateness, her chair, or just pretend none of it existed. So he defaulted to nervous humor, too much of it. Claire, to his relief, laughed easily, even teasing him back. But as the night went on, Ethan realized she wasn't like anyone he'd met before. She asked real questions about his family, what he feared, what made him happy. She listened. When she spoke, her words carried weight. "So, what do you do?" Ethan finally asked. Claire's lips curved. "I run a company." "Oh, nice. Like a startup." She laughed softly. "Something like that. We just hit $2 billion in valuation last quarter." Ethan nearly choked on his drink. "You're kidding." "Nope," she said casually, swirling her straw. "I'm the CEO of Vuratech. We develop assistive technology for people with disabilities." Ethan blinked, speechless. She wasn't just successful. She was extraordinary. But before he could gather his thoughts, she added, "I wasn't always in this chair. Car accident 5 years ago. Lost mobility from the waist down." The way she said it, calm, unbroken, made his chest tighten. He leaned forward. "That must have been hard." Claire nodded. "It was. But it also forced me to see people differently. How they look at you, talk to you, or avoid you. Kindness means more when it's not wrapped in pity." Ethan hesitated, unsure what to say. Then he noticed her hands tremble slightly as she tried to pick up her glass. Without thinking, he reached out and steadied it for her. She looked up, their eyes locking. There was no awkwardness, no pity, just quiet understanding. "Thank you," she said softly. Later, as they talked about everything from music to bad coffee, the tension melted away. They laughed. A lot. Ethan even forgot about the clock for once. When the evening ended, rain drizzled outside. Ethan instinctively offered to call a cab, but Claire shook her head. "My driver's waiting, but I had a good time tonight." "So did I," Ethan said honestly. She studied him for a moment, then smiled, the kind of smile that carried both strength and vulnerability. "You know, most people see the chair before they see me. But tonight," she paused, voice trembling just slightly, "thank you for seeing me." Ethan felt something shift inside him, something gentle, profound. For once, words failed him. He simply smiled back. "You made it pretty easy to." As she rolled away into the rain, Ethan stood at the window watching her leave, her reflection shimmering in the puddles like light breaking through gray clouds. It wasn't the date he expected, but maybe he thought it was exactly the one he needed.